My fellow Americans, today there are Negroes unemployed, denied the right to a decent education, denied almost today the right to attend a state university even though qualified. It seems to me that these are matters which concern us all.
I am Dana Jean Smith. This was my third grade teacher. When I came to school here, I was in third grade, but being a nerd, I had already done half of the math book in first and second grade. Mm-hmm. So she didn't see any reason to put me in it to hold me back for that semester. So she says, well, go to come and read this for me. And I read something or other else. And she says, well, go to recess, and when you come back, you'll be in the fourth grade. Which went from one side of the room to the other one. I was going to in a summer program. I was still in high school. This is between my junior and senior year in high school.
Got it.
Spell my name wrong, but that's right there. Department Romance Languages, specially selected senior high school visitor. Completed all requirements in the course in Spanish 406. And this is my high school that they've now torn down. This is Jackettes. Wait, here's a picture of me in Jackettes. It was a drill team. I was a twirl with the drill team. I still twirl. Yes, I do still have my baton. And right church where I went to Prairie View A&M to get my twirling clinic right there. And I did this in the middle of going to summer school at UT, taking Spanish. Anyway, the deal was not so much that I got up one day and says, okay, I want to go to school up here. And Daddy says, let's see what we can do about it. It wasn't like that. The school came to us. And if I had thought for 1 minute they were going to put guard dogs on me or throw acid at me, where they had done in other places, the Deep South, then I would not have been down here. My parents would not have let me come either. Dr. Martin came to my high school in Austin to ask if certain athletes, football players, could come, would be interested in coming down to play. They needed someone close to home in case there was problems on campus with the integration. And Austin being 30 miles away, whenever something came up, people could be taken off campus for safety and be back home in almost no time. So the young men that they came for had already been signed. Well, they were on a timeline because the movement started in the late 50s. And they had to keep up. Angelo State already had a black football player, and they felt unequally matched because they didn't have one. Besides that, all the schools in the United States were going to have to do something about it because Brown versus Board of Education had already moved.
Segregation of white and colored children in public schools has a detrimental effect upon the colored children. The impact is greater when it has the sanction of the law, for the policy of separating the races is usually interpreted as denoting the inferiority of the Negro group. A sense of inferiority affects the motivation of a child to learn. Segregation with the sanction of law, therefore, has a tendency to retard the educational and mental development of Negro children and to deprive them of some of the benefits they would receive in a racially integrated school system.
So, since I was available because the coach knew my dad and we were from San Marcos and he figured that I could do it. So they talked to me about it and I went home and talked to Dad about it. And he said, well, did he say, shucks, you can do it? Yeah, he said, well, I guess you're doing it. It never occurred to me to stop, to give up. I don't know where that came from, but I was told in the beginning that I didn't have to stay if I didn't want to. I didn't have to stay that day if I didn't want to. Just sign the papers and make it possible for other people to come to the school and for the school to progress in the athletic department. If I want to stay one semester and then leave, I could do that, stay 1 year or whatever. So I asked them, well, will my degree be from this school if I go someplace else? No, wherever your last 30 hours were, that's where your degree would be from. So I thought, okay, fine, then I'll just have to stay. I didn't choose him. There was a group of people in San Marcos that I never met that put a lot of things together, I'm told. And they appointed him to be in charge of my case. Judge Rice signed the paper in Austin at the federal building. on the corner of 8th in Colorado or somewhere. Dr. Jewel, Dr. Martine, and Bruce somebody came to my house. This we're going to slice it up, right? Because this happens like 6 months after that did. Okay, after the high school thing. So they came to my house and talked to me about coming to school and introduced me, you know, what I was going to be like this and be like that. And I couldn't stay in the dorm yet because I was the only one. And for my safety, I needed to stay in the city. So before I came down here, they said, well, so you won't be on campus by yourself. And they told me who they were. And I went, oh, I know them. I had met these guys when I was in 4th grade, so it was no big deal. G in vocal anatomy, because she tricked me. Okay, this class, Education of Exceptional Children, I got a D in it in 1964. And I took it 30 years later at University of Texas at Austin. I got a B in it in summer school. Whoa, is this me right here? No, that's not me right there. I don't know what that is, but it's not me.
Are you sure? That is you.
That is me.
Wait. Dixie, Tony,
Oh, this is speech and hearing therapy.
Shirley,
It might be me.
Nancy.
I don't remember that. One time I did get called a name, but it was off campus. And this load of guys, carload of guys was driving down the hill and said the N-word. And I didn't say anything back, but I did make a gesture. But they were going on whatever, but and different ones felt that I should be more outgoing on the street. I would walk to school, mind my own business, and I'd walk back home, and they felt I should be like, hey, how are you? Hey, this is me. Hey, come on over. And I didn't do any of that, so some people decided I was snobbish. So I asked them why they thought I should be. Well, you don't speak to people. Well, should I flag you down to speak to you? You come over and speak to me, we can talk. And so we did with that particular lady. We went to school 6 days a week. It was mandatory. Yeah, you go maybe twice a week. Okay? There was nowhere to go to dance unless you went to the dance after the football game or your group gave a dance. But my boyfriend was in the Navy, so I didn't have anybody to dance with until Oswald came. Oz is in the picture that I showed you we went to. Yeah, and if I hadn't been around, he wouldn't have had anybody to dance with. The black community was pretty much amazed at how I appeared to be fearless. Meriwether, she was the first black cheerleader.
Oh.
Up there in the 70s. I think she was in the 70s. She's a pharmacist now. But for the most part, I feel like we were, all of us were treated fairly. You would have to talk to the other ladies about how they were treated, but I never heard any complaints from them about the teachers that were up there. They were all very open. We could call them at home if we had a problem with anything in class. Because anytime on campus you want to go to their office, you could do it. It just never crossed my mind. The hassles that I went through, money-wise, we always got the money from someplace to go. And then after I got married, that was the fact that I knew what I wanted to be at the end of it, the joy that lay ahead. Some days I like talking about things that happen on campus, and some days I don't, and I try not to be braggadocious about it because it could have been someone else just as well. And not to get swell-headed, not to walk around like, hey, I'm so much, you should bow down to me because I'm clean at this. Do you know who I am? I did this, I did that. No. I am plain old me. I like beans and rice. I eat a lot of beans and rice. And I still like wieners in my oatmeal, not oatmeal, the cream of wheat. People, I came down to San Marcos eating that. What kind of thing are you eating? I thought it was pretty good myself. You should eat that kind of thing. Well, okay. I don't tell you what to eat. That tenacity came from someplace else, somewhere back in the long ago in my heritage. I'm not sure what it was, but maybe it's because my dad used to always say that whatever you want to do, go on and do it. Don't be half-stepping and back-stepping about it. It's just, I was just going to school. Served the purpose. And we're done. Now I'm going to be up all night.